Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on when and where you're viewing this. My name is Mike. I am the Crypto Liberal. Thanks for joining me again today. If you find anything in this video worth your time, give me a like, give me a subscribe, give me a follow, give me a comment, give me something. If you're feeling generous, I'd appreciate it. I'd really appreciate it. I'm trying to grow this community of crypto lovers that want to share their journey with me and are happy to view my journey in crypto. Again, nothing in this video is financial advice. It's just documenting my journey and what I'm doing. And I hope maybe it gives you some value or insight into the market at some point. So, and there is no insight. We haven't moved. We're stuck, right? Crypto, Bitcoin, the rest of the crypto is just stuck. It's stuck in a sideways channel, and we'll be here forever. So signing off. That's it. Good night. Thanks for playing. No, but it is. It's kind of just stuck. And but we're going to talk about how I'm never been more bullish than in about Cardano than I am right now. So if you're interested in that, give me a like, give me a subscribe. So let's talk about why we're going sideways, right? Everything's going sideways. The stock market, right? Look at the stock market. I mean, it's down a little bit, and that's to be expected after a rally on Thursday and Friday last week. Good rally, but the stock market just kind of blah, not doing much. It was kind of just sideways all day, not up a little bit, down a little bit, and finished down a little bit. Not that big of a deal. The DXY, maybe the more important indicator, is down a little bit, not much, kind of sideways. So again, until really the stock market and the DXY move, this might be our lot in life with Bitcoin and crypto. Just a sideways movement until we get some volatility. I mean, the volume is just caved, and since we had the big dump from 27 or whatever it was down to 17, since then the volume is just non-existent in crypto. So until a direction is chosen, right, sideways is the name of the game. So we'll talk about what I am expecting in the next days, weeks for Bitcoin and crypto. But again, this isn't financial advice. I could be wrong, so you need to do your own research and make choices based on your own financial situation. But let's get into Cardano and why I've never been so bullish. Since day one on this channel, I've been doing this channel for 8 weeks now. Since day one on this channel, I told you I'm most bullish on ADA, and it's played out perfectly, right? Ever since we've been doing it. Well, let's look at why I'm never been more bullish than I am right now on ADA. So check out this article. So it's all about the Vassal hard fork. So Cardano's development team, Input Output Global, IOG, has confirmed in a report on Saturday that the final node needed for the Vassal hard fork launch, node 135.0, has been successfully released. So they said, today we're pleased to report that the IOG team has successfully tagged and released Cardano node 135.0, which we can confirm will be the final candidate for the mainnet Vassal release. The team noted that the release of the node brings it significantly closer to the long-anticipated Cardano upgrade. According to the team, nodes are ready, and the next step is to prepare for the launch of the Vassal hard fork on the Cardano testnet. IOG says the moment 75% of stake pool operators, SPOs, on the testnet have upgraded, the team will submit a testnet update proposal. Furthermore, IOG says the community should expect more information on developments this week. The Vassal hard fork remains one of the most anticipated upgrades on the Cardano network. It is expected to usher the blockchain into a stage of increased scalability and interoperability known as the Basho phase of the network's roadmap. And this is what gets me most pumped, this next sentence. Additionally, over 500 dApps in development expected to boost the network's TVL and ADA valuation are waiting for the hard fork to launch. 500 dApps. There's already 1,000 projects building on Cardano. 500 dApps waiting for Vassal to launch before they launch. So while the upgrade was slated to go live at the end of June, it was reported by Xi Crypto on Tuesday that the upgrade has now been shifted to the end of July. The team disclosed in a blog post that the complexity of the upgrade required extra care and as such should not be rushed. Again, another reason why I prefer Cardano. I love Cardano, right? They do things the right way. They make sure it works the first time. There's no, Solana downtime, right? They put it out there, it works, and people can rely on that. These dApps that are waiting to get on Cardano, they can rely that when Vassal launches, it will work, and there's not going to be downtime, and they're not going to put their own projects in jeopardy because ADA isn't ready for prime time, or Vassal isn't ready for prime time. So in anticipation of the upgrade, investors in Wales have been accumulating the network's native ADA token. As a result, ADA has been at the forefront of recent crypto market rallies, with a renewed belief in the possibility of the asset clinching the $10 price point. Well, $10, I mean, that'd be what is that, a 20 or 20x or whatever it is from here. But I'm not waiting for a $10 ADA with my long-term holdings. I'm waiting for a $20 ADA, a $30 ADA, and I think that's possible. Not next year, not 2 years from now, maybe not 5 years from now. Probably not 5 years from now, maybe by the end of the decade, maybe in 2030 sometime. $20 to $30 ADA is a distinct possibility in my opinion. Again, my opinion, not financial advice, but that's with my long-term holdings. That's what I'm waiting for on ADA. That would be life-changing money, right, for anybody that gets into ADA here. So, never been more bullish. At the near the bottom, if not at the bottom already, man. I'm dollar cost averaging every Friday. I move my Bitcoin into ADA. I can't do more than I've already done to accumulate more ADA. So again, I'm so pumped for the end of July when Vassal launches. It's gonna be the gains that will follow in the next year or so are just gonna be mind numbing, I think. So, but I've been saying this for 8 weeks now, right? This is my 8th week on the channel doing videos, 8 weeks, and since day one I've been telling you, I've new money put into ADA will outperform Ethereum and Bitcoin by the end of the year, a year from now, and 5 years from now. I've been telling you that for 8 weeks, and new money put into ADA and Ethereum will outperform Bitcoin by those same time frames, a year from, end of year, a year from now, 5 years from now, and I've been telling you, I've been telling you that I seek to prove that to you, right? My whole goal is to prove that. To prove my hypothesis, right? I'm not going to just sit here, make a prediction, and throw it into the ether and it disappears when I'm wrong, right? If I'm wrong, it's going to be on video, and it's going to be on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter at @crypto_liberal. I put it on video and Twitter every week. To prove it to you that those predictions will come true, in my opinion. So every week for 8 weeks now, we put $100 into each of those coins. And we're tracking that portfolio as we move forward. And we'll see if by the end of the year, a year from now, 5 years from now, ADA is outperforming Ethereum, and both of those are outperforming Bitcoin. So this week, right here, so let's start the portfolio that we've done this, right? So we've done it for 7 weeks so far, right? And we've put $100 each week into each of these. So $700 into each of them. And right now, already ADA is crushing Bitcoin and Ethereum. And honestly, Ethereum has greatly caught up to Bitcoin just in the last, less than a week. And so I didn't even need till the end of the year for ADA to outperform. It's doing it right now. And I put it on video for you to see, right? ADA is outperforming Bitcoin and Ethereum. I've said that since day one on this channel, and it's coming, it's coming to fruition. So again, this week we're putting another $100 in. We put it in every Friday. So this week we're going to put $100 into Bitcoin at $20,917.78, $100 into Ethereum at $1,202.41, and $100 into Cardano at 0.489 cents. Okay, and I will update on that on Crypto Twitter, or on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter at @crypto_liberal. I will update it there, and I'm very forthcoming as far as my predictions, right? If I'm wrong, hey, I'll admit I'm wrong. But if I'm right, I'll toot my own horn, and I'm proving. So far, I think I'm going to be right. I mean, we move closer to me being right every day. And in fact, just looking at the performance today, again, Bitcoin's lagging the other two, and it's like that almost every day. Well, it's like that with ADA specifically, right? Bitcoin is lagging behind ADA. I'd say 3 out of every 5 days we look at that. So today it's lagging it's lagging ADA and Ethereum, and like I said, Ethereum's catching up. But Bitcoin is still the standard, right? Bitcoin is still the standard bearer and kind of drives what happens in the market. So if crypto, if ADA and Ethereum are going to take off, we need Bitcoin to start moving. So let's look at Bitcoin and what we can expect here. Again, I've been talking about my support line, right? This red line coming down right here, I thought was going to hold. I was wrong about that. I thought it was going to hold, but I didn't anticipate the greed and liquidity issues in the institution with the institutions involved in crypto. And, they ruined it for all of us. They ruined the fun. I thought this support line would hold. It didn't. And, now we're going to struggle to get above it. And again, I'm not going to be excited about Bitcoin until we get back above that support line, now turned resistance. And we're a long way from it. I mean, the first objective is to get past this blue line of resistance, and we can't even get up to it. So, with each day that passes, I'm not convinced that we're not going to go back down, back to the 17.5 region and maybe lower. When we were above that support line that I just showed you, I thought there were three likely scenarios. We don't go down to the levels we're at right now, because that's what everybody was predicting, or we go down to those levels and it works like everybody thought it was going to work. We're going to go to 21,000 and then we're going to go back up, or we're going to go to 21,000 and we're going to go a lot lower, and that kind of happened, right? We went down to 21, hung out there for a few days, and then over that that last weekend we crashed down to 17.5. So maybe we're seeing the same thing, right? We're hanging out 20, 21. Everybody's dollar cost averaging. I don't know if everybody is, but this is what everybody was waiting for, and it tends to not work that way. Everybody's waiting for that price, and they just get scared and don't dollar cost average. But there's indications that whales are buying. They're taking their coins off the exchanges. But I'm not convinced that we're not going to go back down to 17.5 and maybe lower. Again, I'm not getting excited until we pass this resistance line, this red line. We need to get above it. We need to hold it, and maybe even come back down and test it as support, like it happened a year ago, right? Keep an eye on this red line. I mean, it worked perfectly a year ago. And look at this, how this line has been support for a year now, over a year. Look at it, it's support. But look, the last time we were below it, right? We went down below it for 3 months. You can see it was support back here, in April of last year, of 2021. We finally broke below it, and then we were below it for 3 months, right? And then we came up and tested it right here as resistance, got rejected for like a week, and then finally broke above it. See how we broke above it for, I don't know, what is that, a month, 2 months? Wicked down to it here, but look at it, came back down, tested it as support, and then as soon as it held the support, 69K, right? Went up to 69K. So I envision something similar happening all the way a year later, right? We finally broke below it. Is it going to take us 3 months to get back up there? It could. It could. I hope not. But that's what I anticipate, right? We go back up and test it. It's resistance. It's strong resistance. We get rejected. Hopefully only a week. Hopefully we only get rejected a week. We get up back above it and then come back down and test it again. And then after we test it and we know it's support, then we can start moving up. Not saying we're going to go to 69K or new highs again that quick that we did, a year ago after we tested it as support. As soon as we bounced off the support, we were off to 69K within weeks, right? And I don't anticipate that happening because we're much lower on that support line now, or we would be much lower on that support line now. So, we just need to play it level by level. And again, I'm not going to be excited about Bitcoin until it gets above that resistance line. It was such strong support. It held so beautifully for that month. That first month I started this channel, I drew that support line and it held perfectly for a month. And then boom, right? Greed and liquidity of the institutions caught up to us. So that's kind of Bitcoin. You're right. You know my game plan. Waiting until we get past that resistance line. But let's look at my most bullish chart in crypto, because every day it outperforms Bitcoin. It seemingly, not every day, but it's what it seems like, and we've been crushing it. So again, I look at the weekly. So we're going to remind everybody, because I'm looking at the weekly chart for ADA versus Bitcoin, this is not a short-term play, right? I told you 2 weeks ago I was moving out of ADA out of Bitcoin into ADA and Ethereum, but mostly into ADA. And ever since then, we're up like almost 25% versus Bitcoin in ADA. So it's played out perfectly, right? I told you back here, and when it was at 0.000019 Bitcoin to 1 ADA. And now we're at 0.000023 Bitcoin. And that's like a 25% return. 25% return in 2 weeks. And what does that mean again? It means you can stack sats, right? By taking it out of Bitcoin, put it into ADA, you could stack 25% more sats just by playing the coins off each other. You don't need to trade on leverage. Don't trade on leverage, right? And risk your whole portfolio because by getting liquidated. You don't have to do that. If you're wrong, you still have the ADA and you can put it back into Bitcoin. But we're not wrong, right? We have been right. We nailed it. We nailed it at the exact bottom. I didn't bring it to my channel, back here, right? It wasn't ripe. We waited until we were challenged. The first time I brought it to the channel was when we were challenging this resistance line. Down, that higher red descending line, right? I brought it to the channel right when we were challenging it. And then the next week we closed right atop it. And then 2 weeks ago I said, hey, it's acting as support. And then we were off to the races. And again, I'm waiting for this to get back to it's a descending wedge. I'm waiting to get back up to here at 0.00006 Bitcoin. And of course, that's a 3x without trading and leverage, okay? So that's what I'm waiting for. We all know the story in ADA. And how's ETH? ETH's even performing better, right? ETH's even performing better against the last week here than ADA and Bitcoin, of course. So look at this. Again, this is a beautiful support line. It's an ascending triangle. This blue line is the resistance. The red line is the support. Look at, I brought it to you at the exact point, the exact day I brought it to you. We were bouncing off that support. And I said, I think it's going to hold. And we were at 0.052 Bitcoin to 1 Ethereum. And all of a sudden now we're at 0.05749. Over a 10% return. Over a 10% return in 2 weeks on Ethereum. And again, I'm waiting for it to get back up to that blue line. And if it does, whoops, I'm waiting for it to get back to the blue line. And if it does, right, that's like a 50% return without trading on leverage. 1 Bitcoin turns into 1.5 Bitcoin. 2 Bitcoin turns into 3 Bitcoin. And it's worked out beautifully so far. Both my ADA call and the Ethereum call, I called at the exact bottom versus Bitcoin. And both of them are up significantly in just weeks against Bitcoin. So you can stack sats without trading on leverage. Don't do it. You're never going to get me to on this channel telling you to click my link so I can get a kickback, right? I'm not going to do that to my audience. And if anybody is doing that, an influencer is doing that, they're getting a kickback. They're doing it with the full knowledge that it's risky as hell, right? Risky as hell. Institutions are getting liquidated. What do you think your chances are when the people that you're up against on those exchanges have more money than you do, more time than you do, higher risk tolerance than you, and better tools than you do? You will get liquidated. Don't trade on leverage. I'm never going to do that. I will never, that's my solemn oath. I will never do that on this channel. I'm not looking to get a kickback. So That's it. We just gotta, again, keep an eye on the stock futures open. Keep an eye on the DXY as that futures opens in a few hours here, and we're just kind of trading sideways. And until Bitcoin can get above my support line, turn resistance, not going to get excited. We could move down to 17K and if not lower, or we could get up here and challenge this resistance line and see what happens when we get there. Until then, it's just going to be sideways chop. And even more motivation not to trade on leverage, right? Even more motivation to get into Cardano, because Cardano actually has developments coming out that will increase its utility in a month. Bitcoin, again, I've said this on this channel repeatedly, Bitcoin lies there. And that's great. Bitcoin serves its purpose, right? It serves its purpose. But if you have a boyfriend or girlfriend, do you want it just to lie there? No, you want your boyfriend, girlfriend to constantly look to improve, constantly improve the relationship, constantly adapt to new challenges. And that's what ADA is doing. That's what Cardano is doing in less than a month. It's improving, it's adapting, it's scaling. And I want a girlfriend, or maybe you want a boyfriend or a girlfriend who doesn't just lie there, who improves, who tries to improve your experience, who tries to prove, their utility to you in your relationship. And that's exactly what Cardano is doing. So I hope you're all having a great day, because there's no better place for you to be in putting new money into the market. Not stocks, in my opinion, not bonds, crypto. And in this order, in my opinion, Cardano over Ethereum over Bitcoin. And at some point, we'll keep looking at those charts and the resistance levels as we move up on them. The calls have been perfect so far. And they could turn against me, and I could be wrong, but so far they've been perfect. And we'll talk as we get higher and higher at the resistance levels that we might want to move some of it back from ADA and Ethereum back into Bitcoin. And I'll talk about that. I'll be transparent, and I'll tell you what I'm doing. But again, you need to make your own decisions and based on your own financial situation. This isn't financial advice, but hey, it's worked so far, right? It's been golden so far. So I hope you appreciate this. If you see any value, if you're getting any value in my videos, please give me a like, give me a subscribe. I love sharing my journey. It actually reinforces my thought process when I know I'm doing this for an audience. Even the small audience I have, I'm very deliberate and careful in the calls I bring here, and it helps solidify my thinking, right? Because I tend to be more off the cuff when I'm not doing a video on it. So I might see something and go, oh, that's a great trade, and I might be 2 weeks early or wrong completely, but I'm more deliberate and careful when I know I'm bringing it to the channel. So if you appreciate that, give me a like, give me a subscribe, because you are helping me just by listening and showing up and watching my videos every day. You help me, you reinforce my thought process, and make sure that I'm doing things in a deliberate, careful manner. And that's all that matters in crypto, ensuring that you can play another day. So that's it. I love you all. Thanks for watching. Hope you're having a great day. My name is Mike. I am the Crypto Liberal. We'll talk tomorrow. Good night.